Primetime Seniors is brought to you by Home Helpers, committed to keeping you safe and independent at home.
Welcome to Primetime Seniors, living for today, making choices for tomorrow. I'm Allie McNair, and we are coming to you from the beautiful location of the Greenery. Today we're going to have a great show for you. We're going to learn about plant containers for the fall season with Carol Gedalia of the Greenery. Also, how much do you know about reverse mortgages? We had a chance to speak with Dale Planica of DMP Financial Services. He has all the details on that. Also, we stopped by Main Street Health Center and learned about their integrated approach to caring for their patients. And also, we're going to hear from Debbie Morris throughout the show. Debbie is with Home Helpers, and she has some great tips for us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Primetime Seniors. Carol Gedalia is a horticulturalist with the Greenery, and you're going to show us today how anyone really can take a pot, put some soil in it, and get some beautiful plantings going for the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, take it away, Carol.
Well, I think the main thing to remember is that anyone can do a container garden. If you just have a one-bedroom apartment or just a studio with limited space, you can still create a beautiful garden of your own in a small pot. Here's a few herb pots. This is just some colors. These are some succulents, but anything is possible. The main things are to start with a nice clean pot with good drainage, to have it elevated so it facilitates good drainage. Use something in the bottom to create drainage, and you always want to put your pieces up this way and not this way, so the water has to go through.
Okay.
Use a lightweight potting soil, and you want to moisten it as you go.
Oh, really? Okay.
You want to use a good fertilizer, something like Osmocote that's slow release. And you want to, there's two different varieties according to like whether you're doing woody plants or whether you're doing greens.
Alrighty.
And for people who don't want to do that, there's liquid fertilizer that they can use on a regular basis.
Okay.
This is my favorite. This is liquid seaweed. It's all organic. You do it about once every week and a half to 2 weeks. Plants really respond well. And when we plant, we use here at the Greenery, this is called Super Thrive.
Okay.
And we mix a little of that with a root stimulator to help get plants kind of going. We mix that in the water, and we water the plants in before we plant. And then when we're through, we do that again, and that helps to reduce shock.
I didn't know that
So you
either.
have very vibrant plants.
Okay.
And then you can mix the Super Thrive in with your liquid fertilizer, you know, as often as you want. Once a month, once every 3 months. It's full of vitamins and hormones.
Okay. So water the plant before you put it in and
Always.
after. Okay.
Because this is what you're going to be doing is you're going to be tickling the roots. You always want to just gently tickle the roots so that the plant, see how the roots are going round and round?
Right.
You don't want them to all be going round and round. Now this is a new plant, so it's not heavily rooted.
Okay.
But sometimes you buy plants and the roots,
yeah, they're all
like,
packed in there
you
really
always
tight.
want to make sure you score those or they'll continue to girdle themselves in your pot.
So scoring means with a knife or something?
A flat edge knife or a nice scissor.
All right.
Yeah, and
Never do that either, folks.
And then you want to make sure you pack your soil, excuse me.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure that when you plant, you mash down really good to get all the air pockets out, and then you water around it.
Okay.
And when you water, you can fill down, and if there's pockets, you'll feel it move. And then you just add a little soil around the top just to make sure, you know, that you fill in.
And that's after you've put the plants in?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay.
So like if this was your plant pot, you would just, you've tickled this already. You would put this right on the edge, bring some soil around.
Right.
Pack the soil down.
Okay.
And then you're set to go. And then you might put like this more in the middle. Now you can plant for year-round by using a shrub.
Right.
Or you can use colors, whether you have shade or sun, you can find the annuals or perennials for your situation, and you'll have color all winter or color all summer.
Carol Gedalia, great information. I feel like I can almost do this successfully now, so thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming, and remind everybody to do a container.
Okay, we'll do our best. And we want to let you know when we come back, we're going to find out about reverse mortgages from Dale Planica. But right now, we're going to get some great tips from Debbie Morris of Home Helpers. Take a listen.
Our Primetime Seniors tips are brought to you by Home Helpers, making life easier.
When it comes to medical expenses, you probably think there aren't too many ways to save money. But here are 3 tips that could help your bottom line. Number 1, save through drugstore rebate programs. Sign up for reward programs such as CVS's Extra Care and Walgreens Register Rewards. You'll get coupons printed on your register receipts for discounts on your future purchases. Ask your doctor for less expensive prescriptions. Print out your insurer's list of approved drugs from its website and bring the list to your next doctor's appointment. Your doctor can see if one drug is more economical for you than a comparable one, perhaps because of a less expensive copay. Negotiate with your pharmacist and your physician. Many pharmacies match competitors' lower prices, though you may need to request it. Drugstore.com will match prices on a 90-day supply. And if you recently lost your health insurance, ask your doctor to cut you a break. Say, I now have to pay for my own care, so would you accept the same amount you received from my insurance in the past? Your former insurer may have paid 60% of the list price for an office visit.
Welcome back to Primetime Seniors. Reverse mortgages are becoming more popular these days. Seniors find that they're useful to help supplement Social Security, pay unexpected medical bills, or for home improvements. Joining me to talk more about reverse mortgages, Dale Planica of DMP Financial Services. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Allie.
Tell me, what exactly is a reverse mortgage?
Well, it's a special type of lending product. And basically what you're doing is you're converting your home equity into tax-free funds. It's tax-free in the sense that you don't have to declare it as income, which is a very nice thing. It's also interesting because it's a great advantage because since it's not income to you, it will not affect your Social Security payments and it won't affect any Medicare payments that you might be getting.
How exactly, though, does it work?
Well, first of all, you have to be 62 years of age or older. And basically, you have to be living in the house as your primary residence. Those are kind of the requirements that initially you start with. Also, you have to have more equity in your house than you owe on the house. So at least 50% of the house value must be in equity as opposed to an existing mortgage. Once you meet that criteria, then basically you can go to the bank and work out a program with them where they can either pay you a lump sum for the value, or they can give you systematic payments, monthly payments, for a period of time or as long as you stay in the house.
What are some of the benefits for someone that's, say, thinking about doing this?
Well, it generates cash flow, and that's primarily what people do. Over 70% of the people that get into reverse mortgages are doing it to pay off their existing mortgage. So they may have a low balance on their existing mortgage. You can get this monthly payment. It'll pay off the existing mortgage and then also give you cash flow to do other things. It's nice because it allows you to stay in your home even though you may have outstanding medical bills and things like that, but it allows you to stay in your home and not have to go to a nursing home, not have to sell your house at that point in time to create more cash flow for yourself.
Oh, that's great. And what about requirements?
There are a number of requirements. Right now, most of the actually all the reverse mortgages are FHA products, which means that they're regulated by the Federal Housing Authority. Because of the existing markets now, you know that appraisals are going to be very tight on these things, but the government wants to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. They actually require a HUD counseling certificate, which means that you have to be counseled by someone that really knows about reverse mortgages, and you get a signed certificate before they will allow you to get into these mortgages.
That sounds like a good idea, though, so people are really well informed before they make that move.
Right. I think a lot of people were very skittish of these things early on because they thought, well, the bank now owns my home. They can kick me out at any time. That's not the case. The bank does not own your home. You continue to own your home. The requirement is that once the last borrower leaves the home, then the mortgage is paid off along with interest from the sale proceeds of the house. But you don't have to sell the house. If perhaps your heirs want to keep the house, for example, they can do that and just pay off the mortgage with other funds if they want to do that.
Oh, okay. That's good information, Dale. Now, we did get an email from a viewer here, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my lovely glasses and read this to you. My family and I just relocated to Hilton Head. I have a small business. I'd like to keep my old accountant in Ohio, or do you think it'd be a better idea for us to go with someone in South Carolina who's an accountant? From Joel W.
Okay. Well, Joel, if you're listening, what I would recommend is that although we all like to continue with things that we're comfortable with, you really need to have an accountant who is familiar with local laws and regulations, especially if you have a small business. There are different rules in every state for small businesses as well as individuals. There's a number of rules, and we'll talk about this later in the year when we get into talking about income taxes. But there are a number of personal income tax differences for South Carolina versus Ohio. So it's good to have someone local that you can trust and someone that you can work with going forward. So I would recommend that you find a good South Carolina accountant.
Well, Dale Planick, as always, it's great to have you with good information. Boy, you said those words, income taxes. We're going to be talking about that in the future, are we not?
Absolutely.
All right. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Integrated medicine is a relatively new approach that combines the best of traditional medicine along with complementary therapies. We are really fortunate in Hilton Head to have Main Street Health Center here, the only integrated center. They use doctors with multiple disciplines who work together for the patient. And one of those doctors joins me now, Dr. Joseph Haven. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Let me ask you, what kinds of health issues do people come in to see you about?
Really everything musculoskeletal. Really starting with headaches, TMJ, neck pain, shoulder pain, elbow, wrist pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, low back pain, sciatica, knees, hips, ankles. We even do custom orthotics.
Can I ask you to give a better definition than I did as far as what integrated medicine is?
Sure. Integrated medicine is the utilization of multiple healthcare disciplines combining in one location.
When you look at the approach of traditional medicine versus integrated medicine, how do they differ?
Well, 80%, statistically 80% of patients with musculoskeletal conditions are going to go to their general practitioner first. And most general practitioners will admit that these represent the worst and most complicated patients for them. And why is that? Most GPs do not have a massage therapist, they don't have an acupuncturist, they don't have a physical therapist, they don't have a chiropractor, and most of them don't do trigger point injections or joint injections. So for them, these patients represent a case or condition that they really can't do anything with immediately. So what they typically do is give prescriptions for muscle relaxers or anti-inflammatories or painkillers, and then usually either have the patient come back in a few weeks or refer them out to somebody else. And at that point, they get referred out to an orthopedist maybe, or a neurologist for an MRI or for x-rays. Maybe they're sent to physical therapy, or maybe they're sent to a chiropractor or an acupuncturist. But you can see how arbitrary all this is. What we do here is we combine the best of all of those disciplines in one location.
For the patient, I mean, that is such a great advantage to be able to go to one place and seek treatment. Talk to me, though, about your team here and how they work together.
Well, if a patient comes in, let's say a patient comes in with neck pain, we would do a thorough evaluation, including an exam, history. We would do diagnostics such as x-rays, muscle testing, range of motion testing, gait, etc., posture analysis. Once we determine that that patient is someone that we feel we can help, we then put them on an integrated plan, which would include one or more of the disciplines or tools, if you will, in our toolbox. So we would start with, again, something as conservative as massage, physical therapy techniques, acupuncture, chiropractic, and then if necessary, we would do joint injections or trigger point injections or prescribed medicines.
I mean, it really makes sense, but for our viewers, financially, how does it all work?
It's a great question, and it's a question we get obviously every day. Most of the disciplines that we use are covered by insurance. Obviously the medical is, the therapies that we do are. Most insurances cover chiropractic now, and many are starting to cover acupuncture. So when a patient comes in, that's one of the first things that we go over and establish what the financial responsibilities are going to be. And we have very aggressive payment plans for those patients that are self-pay or don't have insurance.
Okay. Well, we're really excited to have you here, Dr. Joseph Haven, because you will be, along with some of your partners here, joining us in future episodes of Primetime Seniors to get into more details about what you do here, how we can better take care of ourselves. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to let you know about the Buford Jasper Active Adult Challenge. But first, we have more tips with Debbie Morris of Home Helpers.
Our Primetime Seniors tips are brought to you by Home Helpers, making life easier.
Our pets are our family, and there are steps you can take to ensure their safety and well-being should we have to evacuate during a storm this hurricane season. Red Cross and other shelters are not allowed to accept pets, so check in advance for hotels or motels that accept pets, or make arrangements with friends, relatives, vets, boarding facilities, or animal shelters. Assemble a pet disaster kit in an easy-to-carry bag. Include medications, medical records, and a first aid kit, leashes, or carriers to keep your pet under control. Take a current photo in case your pet gets lost. Food, drinking water, other things to keep your pet comfortable, bowls, cat litter, remember the can opener and a favorite toy or two. And take care information plus your vet's phone number in case you board your pet somewhere. At the first sign of trouble, get your pets inside so you can pack them up quickly. Confirm your pet care arrangements and check to make sure your animal's ID is secure and up to date, and check your disaster kit. If you must evacuate, understand that your pets may panic and behave oddly, so keep them secure at all times and handle them carefully. For birds and reptiles, you'll want a secure travel cage, a blanket wrap for warmth, or a mister for cooling, and sliced fresh fruit or vegetables with high water content.
Welcome back to Primetime Seniors. We're coming to you from the Boys and Girls Club in Hilton Head. The reason being, this is one of the venues where a great event is going to be taking place. It's the Buford Jasper Active Adults Challenge. Joining me to let us all know about that, we can have some fun either going to watch, participating, or volunteering. Nana Whalen, great to see you, Nana.
Thank you. Thank you for having us today.
Oh, we are glad to have you. Now, I know this is a 2-week event, October 25th to November 5th. How did this get started?
Well, for 14 years, we've been having the Buford County Games. In fact, before that, they had the Hilton Head Games. For the same 14 years, in the spring, we've had a big challenge just in Sun City, which is a mini triathlon. And so we decided this year to put both of them together, and we wanted to include so many more people. We want all of Jasper County, all of Beaufort County, all of the people in Beaufort, and the people in Hilton Head, the people in Bluffton, and all of Sun City to be a part of it.
It sounds like a great idea. Can you give us an idea maybe of a few of the sports that we can watch or see people taking part in?
Well, with those challenge events, we have the running, the walking, the biking, and the swimming. And then there is a USA-sanctioned track and field meet on Sunday, so everybody can come. It has all of the events. People, we hope, will come from all over for a sanctioned meet.
It sounds great.
Then we have golf and tennis, basketball free throw, that's going to be right here.
Right.
Kayaking at Jasper Park, dominoes and bridge, things like that for people. A poker fitness walk. Just fun coming out on a Sunday afternoon.
It sounds great. And now for people watching that maybe they're a little tentative about taking part as an athlete, what about volunteers?
We love volunteers. In fact, sometimes the volunteers have the most fun of all.
I bet. So you will be looking for people to help out during the events?
We will.
Okay, and I know you start off with like a torch ceremony, which is kind of neat.
Right. On Saturday evening, after the challenge, all day Saturday, they're going to run, bike, and swim. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to gather in Sun City and have a parade of athletes.
Wonderful.
Everybody will participate. And then we're going to light the Olympic torch. This is the bottom layer. This is the beginning of the next thing are the state games and then the national senior games. This is all part of the Olympic movement.
That is great.
Yeah.
And I know you are one of the competitors. You swim.
I do.
You were telling me, and you've actually been to the nationals.
I have.
That is fantastic.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah. Now, winning a medal is kind of fun, but it's not just all about that, is it?
Not at all. It's not at all about winning medals. It's about being there, being with the other people, having fun, doing something you haven't done since high school, doing something you've never done before. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
And I would think, too, you get to meet some great people. I mean, let's face it, Nana, meeting people at bars, I'm over 50 now. I don't really feel like doing that anymore. And also you meet healthier people who are out there moving around or doing things.
Right. People who are dedicated to a sport are in a class all their own. And I see the same people every 2 years when I go to nationals, and every year in Florence at the state games.
That's neat. So you're hoping to get a good turnout. You want people to come and watch and root the athletes puts on, too.
Oh, we do. The more people who come, the better.
Yeah.
Yes, we love that.
Yeah.
You
And
can come and watch the parade and the torch ceremony if you like.
that would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
And I know you're also going to have closing ceremonies as well on the last day.
We are. We're going to have a gourmet lunch and a motivational speaker on that last Friday afternoon.
Wonderful.
On the opening night, we're also going to have a dinner provided by Carrabba's.
Oh, that's nice.
And the headliners are coming.
The
for
headliners.
music and dancing.
Oh, you're going to have dancing too.
Yeah,
That sounds
we are.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really great time. A lot of work. You were telling me the planning for this. Once this one is done, boom, you get off and running for next year, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes, it takes many volunteers just in the planning stage.
Well, I want to congratulate you on year 1 of the Buford Jasper Active Adult Challenge, and thank you for letting us know about it here.
Well, we just want everybody to come and take part.
Well, thank you.
I want to meet every single one.
All right, we will be there, Nana. Thank you so much. That's going to do it for this edition of Primetime Seniors. We want to thank Carol Gedalia of the Greenery, Dale Planica of DMP Financial Services, Dr. Joseph Haven of Main Street Health Center, of course, Nana Whalen, who we just spoke with, of the Buford Jasper Active Adult Challenge, and also a big thank you to Debbie Morris of Home Helpers for all those great tips throughout the show. That is going to do it for this edition, and remember, live Primetime, seniors.